Welcome to Tao Cui Salon, Flow Tao Salon. Today, we're diving deep into the world of makeup removers. And our guide for this is a really fascinating study from the research group Zhixing Data Observation.
All right, so first, let's just be clear on what we're talking about. Makeup removers. They're not just your average face wash, right? These are highly specialized products. Their whole job is to break down tough stuff like makeup and sunscreen, but, and this is key, do it gently, without messing up your skin's natural defenses.
Okay, so let's get into the market itself. And wow, is it massive. On the surface, the story seems pretty straightforward, just simple, steady growth. But that's not the whole picture. Not by a long shot. There's actually a kind of quiet revolution happening just beneath the surface. And I mean, you can see it in the numbers. They look great. The market's been growing consistently, and it's projected to keep right on climbing. So everything looks fantastic, right? A perfectly healthy, expanding industry. Well, that big top-line number, it's hiding what's really going on. So that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? If that steady growth isn't the real story, then what is? What's actually happening under the hood that's going to define the future of this whole category? And the answer, well, it all comes down to the consumer. Our expectations have totally changed. It's not enough anymore for a product to just take your makeup off. Now, it's all about what that product is doing for your skin while it works. Okay, so if you look at the market today, it's really dominated by two core functions. Just straight up makeup removal and basic cleansing. I mean, together, they make up a whopping 70% of the market. They're the foundation of the entire industry. But, and this is a huge but, just because they're the biggest piece of the pie doesn't mean they're the part that's growing. In fact, this is where the story takes a really sharp turn. Those dominant functions, they are not the engine of growth anymore, at all. And this slide, this just lays it all out perfectly. Look at this. On one side, you have the basic functions, makeup removal, cleansing, and they're actually shrinking. They're in the negative. But then you look at the other side, at functions we normally think of as skincare, and they are just surging. Suiting is up, and get this, oil control is up by an incredible 48%. That's not just growth, that's an explosion. So what does this all mean? The key takeaway here is that we are watching the skincarification of makeup removers in real time. It's no longer about just taking stuff off your face. Consumers now demand that the product puts something good back in. They want it to cleanse and care for their skin. And this change in thinking, this is what's really driving the market forward now. These are the new engines of growth. We're not just talking about a small trend here. This is a complete redefinition of what a makeup remover is supposed to be. And for brands who are listening, this is creating some massive opportunities. And if you need any more proof of just how big this shift is, just look at this next number. It's one of the most dramatic figures in the entire report. Over 300%. I mean, what on earth could be growing that fast? Well, that incredible number, that's the growth rate for super niche problem-solving functions. Think about it. Makeup removers that also help with acne or that have anti-wrinkle properties. These aren't just general benefits, they're highly specific solutions. And it's clear that consumers are hunting for these kinds of specialized products. And it's not just happening in those super specific niches either. The pattern is crystal clear everywhere you look. The real growth hotspots are all about tangible skincare results. Soothing, oil control, exfoliating, you name it. The message from consumers couldn't be clearer. Skincare benefits are basically the new currency in this market. Okay, so we've looked at a lot of data. What does this quiet revolution really tell us? We've managed to distill it all down into three core findings, the three most important takeaways from all this. All right, here they are. First, the traditional market, the one that's just focused on basic cleaning, it's saturated and it's actually shrinking. Second, the whole skincarification idea, it is not just a buzzword. It's what's driving all the real growth, and it's where consumers are willing to spend more. And finally, number three, the future, the new frontier, is all about the niche. The most explosive potential is in creating products that solve very specific problems, like acne or aging, for consumers who know exactly what they want. And that really leaves us with one final crucial question. It's a question for brands, for product developers, for everyone in this space. Is your product just cleaning the skin, or is it truly caring for it? Because right now, the answer to that question makes all the difference between standing still and real, meaningful growth. And that's our breakdown for today.
From all of us here at Pause Salon, 马年兴隆, that's Flo Tao Salon, wishing you a very prosperous year of the horse.